Okay, C, applications. Number 1, Kiddush at Shiur or at Simcha. Simcha is like celebration, right? A person making Kiddush. One who makes Kiddush either for himself or to be motze others, right? Or for himself or to include his family or like extended group of people, is required to drink at least lolud maf in order to fulfill the requirements of Kiddush. Thus, a person making Kiddush usually drinks enough wine to exempt all of the other beverages which he will drink at the Kiddush. For example, soda, beer, whiskey. Okay, so let's try to understand. So this person, we've actually learned all of this in our Laws of Shabbos class, right? So, but just to remind ourselves. So the one who is who makes the blessing on the wine, right? Who makes Kiddush, he has the obligation to drink, not other people. So even other people, it's nice if they drink from his Kiddush wine, but even if they don't, they still fulfill the mitzvah of saying Kiddush, right? And he must drink minimum lolud maf. So if he drinks less than lolud maf, this mitzvah of Kiddush is not counted, basically. I mean, it's proper to, according to, if as we said before, we want to go to all according to all of the opinions. According to all of the opinions, you have to drink revi'is. Okay, so you would satisfy all of the opinions, right? So, but at least lolud maf, half of the revi'is. Be quiet. Okay, commentary regarding people who are unable to drink lolud maf. Persons recited Kiddush. Persons recited Kiddush in order to exempt others. The other halachas of drinking a Kiddush wine. See, okay. Again, okay. Well, persons. Okay, so in some cases, I mean, does not say here, but we learn in the Laws of Shabbos, he can give to drink to somebody else, right? Preferably to adult. That also is obligated the mitzvah of Kiddush on the same level as this person. Okay, so he has to drink lolud maf, cheek full, as we said, 2 ounces. Thus, the person making Kiddush usually drinks enough wine to exempt all of the other beverages. So we're talking about this guy. We're not talking about others, right? So he's good, basically, which he will drink at the Kiddush. Right, for example, soda, beer, whiskey, etc. Regarding changing location or being meiseach das, remember, like keep in mind, right, on what I want to do. From drinking, see footnote A. Okay. Also, the other beverages are not exempt unless they're in front of him. If he has specific intent to drink them when he makes Borei Hagafen. This is section A2. We actually discussed it. So, or he usually drinks it, right? As we said, if that's habit, his habit, that's halacha, right? Or they are in front of him when he has intention to drink them. So properly to have all of the above at the same time, right? They're in front of him at the table, and he has intention to drink them. Continue. B. Persons who were yotzi by listening to Kiddush. Okay, so they are motzias, but we yotzi. Yotzi meaning that we exempt from making our own Kiddush, right? So we just listening, and our sages explain, listening is like saying. It says, one who wishes to be yotze by listening to someone else's Kiddush and also intends to drink other beverages should preferably drink more than lolud maf of wine. One more time. One who wishes to be yotze by listening to someone else's Kiddush and also intends to drink other beverages should preferably drink more than lolud maf of wine. Commentary. Okay, so 1 sec. So as we said, this person is not obligated to drink this wine from Kiddush at all. For example, that's only limited amount of wine and there are too many people. Okay, no problem. One person said for everybody needs to. But let's say there is enough wine, and this person who is listening to somebody else's Kiddush, he wants to drink other beverages. So he has to drink enough wine, basically more than blolug mav, right? More than chick full, in order so other beverages be included. Or if he does not want to drink wine, one more time, he's not obligated. He just has to have to say this Borei shechakol on other beverages and just drink them. There is no problem. Okay, but if he wants, but just because somebody said Kiddush, it does not mean that all other beverages covered for him personally. For that guy who said Kiddush, yes, but for him, no, not because he did not drink. If he drinks less than blolug mav, for example, he takes a sip from the Kiddush cup and then wishes to drink another beverage, right? This is another beverage. It is questionable whether or not shechakol is required. So as we said in the previous session, exactly the same situations. He drank less than blolug mav, or just a little sip, right? So it's questionable situation. So basically, he cannot say another blessing. Maybe it's going to be a blessing in vain, and he cannot continue drinking because this wine did not cover other beverages. The poskim advised that he should either ask a friend to be motzi him, or he should make, meaning motzi him when this guy is going to make a blessing, let's say, on a piece of fish. So I would ask him to please keep me in mind, right? And I would have in mind that that I should be exempt from making blessing on the soda, right? Okay, so one more time. The poskim advised that he should either ask his friends to be motzi him, or he should make a shechakol on something else. For example, a piece of fish or a candy, and have intentions to cover the other beverages. If, however, the listener does not drink any wine at all, a bracha on the other beverages will be required. So as we said before, it's straightforward case. He did not drink wine. Okay, just say the blessing on the soda. That's it. Number 2, wine at shmur's board. So it's like a reception before the wedding. So right? A caterer at caterer affairs, formal dinners, wine often served as a reception before the meal, and again during the course of the meal. Okay, so before the meal and during the course of the meal. Okay, no problem. And plus, just to remind us, usually it's in separate rooms. It's not in, maybe it's, I don't know. I don't go to this affair, so for me to say usual, it's not sure state. I don't know. When a guest makes a Borei Hagafen on wine served during the reception, his underlying intent is to also cover anything that the host will subsequently serve, right? So meaning all other beverages. Therefore, the bracha he made at the reception will cover all wines, right, and champagnes, which will be served during the meal. That's it, very simple. It will also cover all other beverages, for example, whiskey, served before and during the meal. So whiskey, as we learned before, it's a tricky situation. Okay. Next one, the number 3 is Havdalah. There is difference of opinion among the Rishonim, which with regard to whether a Borei Hagafen on Havdalah made immediately before meal will cover wine served during the meal. We actually discussed it in our Shabbos class, right? So at Havdalah, and he wants to start meal right after Havdalah, right? And drink more wine if this Borei Hagafen will cover the wine during the meal. Therefore, the Paskim advise that when making Havdalah, before the meal, at which wine will be served, one should have specific intent to exclude the wine which will subsequently be served. If this is done, a separate bracha will be required for wine which subsequently served at the meal. In this manner, one is yotze according to all of the views. So let's see commentary and we start. And I mean explaining stuff. After the fact, if he did not have specific intent to limit the bracha for Havdalah only, he should not make another bracha on wine which is subsequently consumed. If he had intent to drink wine at the meal. So okay, so we're talking about Havdalah, and it's right before the meal. And it's right before the meal. So we say what? So it's proper. Also, you say it's proper, right? And not to put yourself in a questionable situation. So it's proper to exclude in your mind. You say, I'm saying this Borei Hagafen only on this cup of wine. Okay, all of the wine that I'm going to subsequently drink, I'm not included in this Borei Hagafen. So in this case, he finished Havdalah. They clean up the table, whatever they did. So he said after blessing, after that wine, and for all of the wines that he's going to drink during the meal, he has to say separate blessing.